Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I didn't know that this much money is available at the fingertips of some countries when it's so much inflation and the economies are contracting, the Western economies, not India's economy or China's economy, and the standards of living are decreasing in these countries due to the less power to buy stuff by us since the inflation and the higher cost for produce and electricity and um, gas and so on. But money is available, and it's not available for us. That's what is strange. The money is available for others. In this case, it's Ukraine. For our lives, it's not available. We have to work, we have to pay taxes, we have to strive, we have to do this. But all of a sudden, it's a lot of money, a lot of help, billions, I'm talking, tens of billions of dollars available as aid to Ukraine. What about for us? Who's giving us aid? Nobody. Nobody's giving you any aid. Yeah, there were some checks that came with the coronavirus. That's true. That's all. And it came to certain people. Certain people did not get it if they made too much. Okay, there were sanctions for being productive. Whatever. That's how I take it. And then we take here, you give AIDS. You AIDS. Aid. You don't give AIDS. You can give AIDS too, but you have to be closer a little bit. So nevertheless, I see here that the G7 and World Bank and IMF, they have so much resources available to provide for Ukraine. It's unbelievable. Nobody helps me. Nobody helps everybody. Not that I need it, but when I look at the neighbor that he's helped by me without being asked, actually, I really don't like that. You know what I mean? I feel it's unjust. I don't have anything to do with those guys. Why should I be at the receiving end? Why don't you ask me if I would like to help someone? You don't just stick your hand into my pocket and take my money, my taxes, and give it to the other person. Why don't you ask me if I really want to do that? And if I don't, what's going to happen? So, yeah, I'm forced to provide aid and provide the money that I will have to pay for the aid I choose to provide to Ukraine. And it's not Ukraine. Ukraine is just an example right now. United States provides so much aid to many other countries, military aid, financial aid, and blah, blah, blah aid. Who provides me with aid? Why do they need aid, but I don't need? I have to work for my aid. So G7, this is an article from Reuters from May 20th, 2022. G7 countries to provide, I will round it up, it's $19.8 billion. So $20 billion for Ukraine aid package. $20 billion for Ukraine package. On top of, I lost count. I don't know the amount, total amount of aid that these guys gave to Ukraine in our names without asking us. And it's not like, oh, we all approve. We don't all approve. We might have some questions. We would like to have something in return or something. Oh, in return what? The peace? The peace, you know what I mean? The peace, you can go with the peace, not invading other countries, create other problems. You know, preemptive war. Remember that one? Like that, you can start a war every 3 seconds if you preemptively attack someone. So the finance ministers and central bank governors of the G7 democracies, ooh, now they're democracies, they're not industrialized countries. It's democracies. Ooh, okay. Are also discussing next steps on sanctions to pressure Russia to end the war. Blah, blah, blah. The group of 7 leading economies now and global financial institutions are providing $20 billion in aid to bolster Ukraine's public finances, Germany finance minister said on May 20th. Okay, Germany, good job, and good job United States as well. So Christian Lindner told reporters that $9.5 billion of the total was mobilized at meetings of the G7 finance ministers in Königswinter, Germany. Königswinter, the emperor's winter. Germany this week. He said the goal is to ensure that Ukraine's financial situation does not affect its ability to defend itself from Russia's invasion. And I'm reading their statement. We agreed on concrete actions to deepen multilateral economic cooperation and underlined our commitment to our united response to Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine and to other unwavering support to Ukraine. A G7 statement reads, okay, the finance minister and the central bank governments of the governors of the United States, Japan, Canada, United Kingdom, Germany, France, and Italy. I don't know if Canada is really a democratic country after a convoy of the truckers and the motorcycles now. I don't know, but nevertheless, it's fine. So all these guys, the G7 democracies, also are discussing next steps on sanctions to pressure Russia to end the war launched on February 27. The U.S. Treasury Secretary appointed Janet Yellen and other leaders spoke this week about the need for allies. I love when I say allies. Allies here are maybe two. The rest are, how to put it, they had to be allies. The two allies could be United States and Great Britain. The rest are not allies. They had to be allies, if you know what I mean. They knew better. This is the word. So they have to put together enough additional aid to help Ukraine get through the Russian invasion. Okay, but who counts this money? Who accounts this money? Who verifies the money was going where it needs to go? Do you think they have accountants, foreign accountants in Ukraine managing the resources? Ukraine was what, 150 or something, most corrupt, on the bottom I'm talking, corrupt country in the world before the invasion. You give the money to these guys in a war zone. How do you think the money is going to be managed? Perfectly? Okay, perfect. No, come on. But I think they're going to be very well mismanaged, and this guy asks all the time for money, money, money. It's like, is this a Second World War? Is it? It can't be. It can't be. It can't be. I'm talking about the financial capabilities. I'm talking about military capabilities. It's just unbelievable. More and more money. And now, as the finance ministers are meeting in Germany, the U.S. overwhelmingly approved its own $40 billion infusion of military and economic aid for Ukraine and its allies. How is that possible? As I said, I lost the count. Ms. Yellen said that a $40 billion U.S. aid bill for Ukraine passed overwhelmingly by the U.S. Senate on May 19th included about $7.5 billion in new economic assistance. Who are those guys who are going to reconstruct? And then we talk about inflation. It's unbelievable. You talk about inflation after you say about, you talk about helping, and who's going to carry that inflation? Who? Unbelievable, unbelievable. It's just frustrating when you think that this money goes there. It's not going to be accounted over there. Who's going to account? Who's going to, okay, we're going to, how many receipts you want? For what, $50,000 billion? I give you a receipt for that. You know what I mean? It's just, that's the way it works. Especially in the circumstance of a war. You think they have all the departments working properly, and I received this is gonna, no, oh my God, gotta be very naive to believe that. Nevertheless, more money from us. Good, and they will give more if necessary, and more to defend Russia. Okay, if you think that's the goal, look at the profits the financial institutions will make after this. Look at the profits the Western and the Russian energy providers are making. Talking about fossil fuel, obviously. Some people are making a lot of money. And then you're going to have companies who are going to, or which are going to reconstruct Ukraine, including the industrial complex, U.S. industrial complex, the British industrial complex. They will have a very, very beautiful summer and spring. And who's going to be doing better? Not us. Not us. Some people up there. So it makes you wonder if this is just a coincidence and the Russians are just, this is going to be a perpetual war. Why? Because the big interest that's over there and makes a lot of profit. Why should they? It's like a frenzy. It's like you go to a hatchery, and you take some food and you throw it in the water. All the fish are going to jump over there. It's going to be a frenzy. That's how it is. And other ones just stay outside of the frenzy because they don't have the power. They don't have the means to participate in the frenzy. There you have it. More money. That's fine from us for things that nobody asked us. Thank you very much for being with me today. Again, stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. See ya.